about it. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to advertise, market, call people on the phone, and you're going to find a new buyer. And this is the kind of marketing that you're going to do. The exciting part about this is that when you do this, you're going to write another contract. You're not going to use the assignment contract that's in your package. You're going to use an original. All right? It's kind of like a deja vu contract. The only difference between the contract that you wrote with the seller and what you're going to write with the buyer is this. Did you get a clause in this one that says and/or signs? Did you get this one with a due diligence period? Okay, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. Am I going to give this person a due diligence period? You've already done this. Am I going to give them an and/or signs? Perfect. Perfect. So what we want to do is when we're wholesaling is once we get this contract, we're going to fax it over to the closing attorney. Now understand that if you are working with a cash seller, a seller that's a human being and they need cash, and a buyer that's a human being and they have cash, then you can close the deals using the buyer's money without disclosure. If you're dealing with a bank as a seller, or the person's getting a loan, then you must disclose that you are going to make a profit. Is that okay? Yeah. Depends on how the disclosure is. All right? So then what happens is that you may need transactional funding in order to be able to work that. So the buyer comes in first, then the seller comes in, everything is perfect, and you get paid. Make sense? Yeah. So my question is this: when do you assign? And when do you double close? Anybody have an idea? Yeah, when?
When you're making a certain amount of money.
Okay, what's that certain amount of money?
I would say anything above 5,000 double close.
Okay, typically that 10% mark that I gave you before. All right, anything that's 10% of that price, you don't ever need to disclose, because why? That's a real estate commission, right? But you don't call it that. Be aware. All right, so nobody will blink an eye on a $200,000 property that you're making 20 grand. Nobody will blink that you're making 35 on a $200,000 project, okay? However, they might blink if you are making 60 grand on 100. Okay? All right, they might. Okay, my rule of thumb is this, that if I think that the person cares whether or not I make a profit, I'm double closing. Got it? All right, that's my rule of thumb. So I'd always double close with friends, with family, people I go to church with. Other than that, no problem. Oh, and people I have a personal relationship with. That's when I double close. All right? Because they get kind of fussy sometimes. They think I should work for free. Not for me. All right? I value my time. Why should you value your time? Because if you don't, what's going to happen? All right, those of you, have you ever gotten something for nothing?
No.
And once you got it, what was its value? All right, so if you pay for something, are you going to get a better value?
Yes.
All right, the money that you spent to come to sit in this classroom and listen to Rock and I, have you gotten your money's worth?
Yes.
Definitely, I'm glad to hear that. You need to tell the cameraman that. All right, so here's the flow of paperwork. First off, you get a contract with the seller. You have an assignment with the buyer. This is on an assignment now. All right, it says assignment, flow of paperwork up there. All right, you can read this. This keeps the people from going around you. Very important document. It is in your paperwork. All right, here's the double closing. All right, contract, but there's also a deja vu contract without the two clauses. And what is it missing? What are the two clauses it's missing?
Due diligence and advertising.
Okay, excellent. All right, definitely information release only if there's a loan on it, a mortgage. All right? So, let's do this. This is a good rule of thumb, just to let everybody know. All right, assignment fee, $5,000 to whatever. All right, a double close, $15,000 and above. This is the largest double close. This is the largest assignment or wholesale deal I've ever done, which is upsetting because I trained these people. Except for this guy right here. And he wouldn't tell me how much money he made. All right? You know what that means? You know what that means? All right, so Regina, who walks around and is very prevalent in the area, this is what she did on one deal. And guess what she did shortly thereafter? She quit her job. How many of you would like to be out of your job? But guess what you have to do? No, you don't have to work. You think I work? You think Rock works? We play. We, yes, at my real estate business. All right, understand that when you do double close, you're going to have expenses anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. That's why you have to close at a larger amount. All right, okay. All right, so for your success, all right, I do the mentoring. The other thing is that this guy right here, Tremaine, he did, in less than 30 days, he did 3 deals for a total of 16 grand. This works. The next one, Leonard. Leonard is part of the area. You've met him. He got paid 15 grand in less than 30 days. You're Melissa? All right, how much did she get paid recently? Yeah. All right, Caleb, he got paid 16 grand in less than 46 days. And the only reason it took 46 days is we couldn't find an attorney to double close it in transactional, with transactional funding. And it was out of state. This is the guy that never saw the property. He didn't even know what a contract in real estate was 46 days ago. He never saw the house, he never saw the buyer, he never saw the seller. All he did was he's real good electronically, and the guy is amazing at social media and our marketing and advertising. What would that do for your life? What would that do for your self-esteem?
Build it up.
Right. Okay. So, do you feel that you've got the system?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So, where are you? Are you self-motivated?
Yeah.
Do you work your plan or plan your work?
Yeah.
The other thing is that are you working and looking at the results? Are you putting metric to them? Are you asking people, how did you find me? How many phone calls are you making to talk to sellers? This is very important. With a great system that's repeatable, which you now have, what will happen is that you're going to get much better. It's going to be functioning. It's going to be moving. The other thing is that you got to be able to work well with others, develop relationships. The other thing is that I and Rock have mentors. I happen to have a lot of Rich Dad mentors because that's what I used to do. I used to work with Rich Dad and also Russ Whitney. And understand that when I'm working with them, I'm asking them hard questions. Do you think I can ask them hard questions? Yeah. Right, and guess what? I get the answers. How would you like to be able to tap in where it's one phone call, less than 20 minutes, and you get the answer that you needed to solve your problems to be able to make 15 grand?
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right? Here's the bottom line. Without that, is your business going to move forward? No, not at all. All right? When you can't create your plan, we've talked about it. How many of you understand where your market's going to be? Your investment strategy. This is just a recap. Understand? We have to have a budget here of what we need to do. Right? That's part of your plan and working your plan. All right, so creating your plan is number one. Contacting the sellers, very important. That's what we need to do. Is that right? Yeah, right. Okay, 20 owners. For those of you that don't have a marketing budget, 20 owners a day. All I'm going to ask you to do is pick up the phone and call 20 people. Out of those 20 people, 1 to 2 will answer the phone. Is that okay? Yeah. You have a script, don't you? Yes, you do. All right, research the deals. All right, make the offers. I'm going to give it to you all in a nut. Here it is. This is the big message. If you do not write contracts, you cannot buy real estate. Okay? Just to let you know. All right, so you need to be making those contracts, then get your negotiation going. Understand that if they're not motivated, they're duds, not deals. All right? The money is definitely going to follow. It works. It's a simple system. All right? The thing that we want to do is we want to do 7 touches on all the properties that we go out. The first one is, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'll call you back. Or you make the offer. Then you set up the appointment on the stuff that you're going to look at. Then you send them, hey, I'm going to be heading out your way. Are you going to be there for sure? And then you keep following up with them. All right, your action plan. Do you want to go to the peaks?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go to the peaks? Do you have the equipment to be able to go to the peaks? Or is your business going to be in the toilet? Because you're not taking action. And you're afraid to send out the mailers. You're afraid to make the phone calls. Here's the thing. Do you think the people that go to the peaks are the individuals that take action and risk?
Yes.
Are you going to risk rejection?
Yes.
You are. I get rejected all the time.
Me too.
Yep. And guess what? I have never had anybody reach through the phone and snatch me. All right? So I like to do telephone work. It's safe. You have a choice. It's your choice. It's not my choice. It's not Rock's choice. It's your choice on whether or not you do anything. And your ability to do anything, I can guarantee you can. I know you can. I know that with the right tools, with the right push, with the right amount of people being reinforced, you can do it. Because this stuff is easy. You need to speak to people and have people on your team which are going to empower you and support you. You need people that are going to be like your unconscious, where they come out at the right time to give you the answer that you need at the right moment. They're contactable. They're relatable. They're easy to talk to. All right? So what we want to do is figure out what it is that you want. How much money do you want to earn? That's part of that plan. All right? This is what we need to set up. How many of you enjoyed the way that that phone started to ring?
Yeah.
How many of you feel that it's a very good value to get that system in an easy way? Yeah, I agree. How much money are you willing to spend?